Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I wanted to come on because I am working on something that has been driving me crazy for a long while. For a long while, I didn't have very many stamps, or what stamps I did have were odd ones that people had given me, or I don't even think I got them at like thrift areas. Maybe I would go on Amazon and order some inexpensive ones. Anyways, I've been trying to collect some Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stamps. And I don't know about you, but this packaging drives me crazy. So when I get them, I usually take this piece, and if it has the glue on it, I fold it down. And then I try to pull these in and out, and they just get torn up. They just get torn up. So I went ahead online and I ordered these holders. They are Tim Holtz. They say they're for these stamps. Evidently there's a binder that you can have, but I don't want a binder because I have nowhere to put a binder. But anyways, it says they hold the stamps. So I have to show you what I did and why I was disappointed. So they don't hold the stamps. Okay, so if you take these out, they're on this acrylic sheet, which I love. It has everything on there that you need. And they do not, if you look, there's the holes, okay? So they do not fit in here. Look. They do not fit. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with that. Like, put this in the binder. What do you do with this? Put your stamps, just let them loose in there, I guess? I'm not sure. I could not figure that out. Not knowing, okay, I went ahead, and the only way I could get it to fit was to cut it down. Okay, so I cut this one down, cut the holes off of it, and it does sort of fit in there. It's not easy to get in and out, but it sort of fits in there, sort of. And I hated that I had to cut that off. Truly, it's so disappointed. I almost wanted to cry that I had to cut it off to get it in there. So I ended up using these that I got for other things. Like I had this is a Heidi Swap stamp that these would come loose. So I went ahead and put those in there. You know, just so I wouldn't lose them. But anyways, I just have looked for some sort of acrylic, or not acrylic, but plastic envelope of sorts to put my Tim Holtz stamps in. And I've looked at other people, how they store them, and a lot of them don't. They just leave it like this, and they store them like, you know, in a row. But then these can fall off. Like all my little ones, like these, they fall off inside this packaging. Not always, but like here's one that fell off. So I ended up finally finding the solution that will work for me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but I thought I would share it. And it's actually a video I saw by Traci. I'm going to sit down now because I get all worked up over the fact that I had to cut this stamp down. Anyways, so what Traci did was she used these plastic envelopes, okay? And I had bought those to put papers in, and I file them like this along. But I wanted to try the way she did it. So what she did it, though, is that this is obviously too big for these stamps. I mean, they drowned in there. Well, she cut it down. And what she ended up with is a pocket like this. Okay? And it still has the snap on it, so you can close it. And I started that, and I came up with, I love this. It's a little pocket. And it's big enough to hold my stamps. And I don't have to cut them down. I still have all the information on there. And if they fall off, they'll fall in the pocket. I love it. So that's what I'm going to show you real quick, how she did that. And then I store them in a little container. So basically what she did is she took a folder and what I had to do is I had to actually measure. I had to measure. I'm saving these. I'm going to have to re-glue this on here, it looks like. But anyways, I had to measure, you know, in order to keep it in there. And I wanted this to show. Okay. It has to be 8 inches. Okay, so if you do it this way, it's got to be 8 inches. And that's a little big, but I'd rather have it bigger than smaller. If sometime down the road I realize I can make them smaller, I can do that. So basically what she did is she measured, put it on my mat, and measure 8 inches right here. Got to open it up though. I better turn it around. Okay, open it up. So you want the button facing you, facing up. And then she just drew a line right here at 8 inches. And like I said, it could be smaller. I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew it. And then I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And you can see that I got a piece of dust in there. But anyways, I sewed with the top open. I sewed right on that 8-inch line. So when you close it, we're going to cut right here. So I'm going to get my cutter out. And I'm going to cut, there's my cut line, so I want my sewn edge to be, I'm leaving about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch or something. Okay, and this is what you end up this piece, and then here is your pocket. Is that cool or what? So then, these are all of them in the pockets. So then you just take this. I faced them all this direction, knowing that I wanted this at the top. So I slid them in this way. Whoops. See how they're coming off? That's like, I have to wash, if you wash them, they stay on for a while, but then after you use them a few times, they tend to loosen right up and come off. And it drives me crazy, and I don't want to lose them. So this way I have a pocket for them. Even if they come loose, they may drop down in the pocket, but they're all confined. And now that they're all the same size, which is important to me, I can put them right in order. They're in numerical order for me, okay? And then they go right in my bin, like this. This kind of. And they're all in numerical order. I love it. So Traci Fox, thank you so much for this idea. It's fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and what I ended up doing with these, they don't go to waste. You can do a lot of different things with them. But what I ended up doing was I had some Globeland stamps, and the package fit right in there. Now they don't have a closure, but I just stick them in my bin in front of these like this so that they open at the top, and that way they're confined too. I'm not sure that that's how I'm going to keep them, but I do like them right now. I can use the offcuts for that purpose, and other stamps. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my other ones, and then I will show you my bin when I'm done. Okay, I'm back. I've got them all sewn, and I thought we would just go ahead and cut them. And it's easiest to cut them if the flap is closed. And all I'm doing to cut them is I'm lining up the stitch line, this line right here, with this edge of my ruler, knowing that this is where my stitch line is and my cut line is right here. So it's about like 3/8 of an inch or something. And we're just going to do that to all of them. Okay, so we've got them all cut, and I'm just going to go ahead and look at the direction that they're in, which means that they're going to sit like this. So I'm going to put them in with the name this direction, I believe. Slide them. Isn't that nice how they slide right in there? I just love it. See, they could actually be a little smaller, I think, and I may change that, but I'm okay with it like that for now. Okay? See, I've actually taped these back up where they've broken apart. There's pieces of packaging tape on there. I don't like that at all. So if it's going to be like this. Okay, so I want this to be, I'm just kind of a little anal about putting them in the same way. So I want to turn these this way. I need to practice with these stamps. I've used a couple of them, and they didn't, for what I used them for, they didn't stamp terrifically clear. And I want to see what are better uses for them. So I'm going to do that. But I love these, making these pockets, and I honest to goodness, I spent probably a month and a half when I had a minute to look online at all different places that would sell the, you know, envelopes, these plastic envelopes, the sizes that would be available, and I just could not find anything that would fit. And like I said, I'm not sure how you're supposed to use the ones for by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous, but they didn't work for me because I don't have a binder. Love them. And see, now I have enough for all of the stamps that I have, which is not a lot, but they're the ones that I use. So I like that. I'm thrilled to have the little stamps all together. So look, they just are all the same size. They're all enclosed. And then I have a container. I don't know if you can see it. Let me stand up. Okay, it's like a Rubbermaid or something container. And I have them in the back, and they are in, I keep them. I just threw these in after I did it, but I keep them in numerical order. And $4.93. So these are the Tim Holtz right here. So we have $4.87. We have $3.02. $3.38. $3.99. $4.47. $4.48. There's a $4.60. And $4.61. So these are all the Tim Holtz stamps that I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 of them. And then I have some odd stamps in these little holders in front. I have this Goldland stamp because it's bigger than the others. And a Heidi Swap stamp in there. And then these are my Globland that I put in from the cutoffs, from these cutoffs here. So kind of cool. And then they will all go in my Calyx unit. Oh, and I took one of these ones and took my blocks, my acrylic blocks, and put them in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put my cutoffs in here just so I have them there. And then these will go up in my Calyx unit. So that's my project. I hope that if you want to try it, that it works for you. It's so simple. But I like the fact that they're all the same size. I can put them in order. I can just file them. And I'm not going to lose any of my small stamps. I just love that these are in a pocket. So if they fall down, they're in a pocket. Just love it. See, here's one down here. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I want to thank all my subscribers, past, present, and future. And if you came across the video and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps our channel grow. And we would love to have you. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.